Hey, what's going on, STOL addicts? The Hodge here, taking you through the world's most dangerous, the Alps Part 2. It's been a little while since I've done World's Most Dangerous, and this time I've got a good one for you. I'll be taking the Cessna 208 Bravo through a small little flight plan in the Southwest Alps. It'll hit 9 different airstrips, none of which will have a 3-degree slope, so do be ready to have full flaps and then power up when you're going on the upward slope or making sure you're coming in close to stall speed and hit that hard flare. And as always, I will have the links down below for you guys to go check out. Do make sure you get this flight plan because it's going to be wild. For each of these airports, just for simplicity, I will go ahead and list the ICAO code that is provided by the add-on creators, but of course whenever you load up Flight Sim, you'll see the actual name of the airport. And go ahead and click that like and subscribe button, become a STOL addict and get all the regular updated videos. To start off, we're going to hit up LF652, that'll be our departure point heading north further into the Alps. And the recommended weight that I put on this flight was 200 pounds pilot, 170 co-pilot, 200 pounds of baggage, depending on what cargo pod you want to choose. I think I did cargo pod 1, and fuel was at 35% for the lighter plane. You're definitely going to need it for some of these trips as they're extremely short. LF654 is going to be our first airstrip that we land into. It is going to be an uphill slope. Not so dramatic as far as the next couple of ones that we'll have, but it is going to get you warmed up for LFPS. Alright, LF621 is going to where we start getting our white knuckle on. It is a shorter strip, so you'll want to come in roughly around that 60 knot, 70 knot range. If you input the weight and fuel that I had recommended earlier in the video, that is about the speed that you'll be coming in at. Pretty close to stall speed because you're going to need full reverse and everything when you hit this landing strip. Ah yes, LFPS. This is what separates the men from the boys. When you're coming in, you're going to need to be just about at stall speed because that downward slope, transitioning into an upward slope, you're going to gain a little bit of speed on the dive over the trees, coming in for runway 19, and then right before you touch down, hard flare up, get that altitude going up, that way you don't slam into the dirt. I took off a runway 21, you can take off a 24, either or works. It was full flaps, hold brakes, full power, wait for the RPM to rise, and then let go of the brakes, and make sure you trim up quite a bit, that way you can get that nose up pretty easily. LF54 is a nice little ranch strip nestled up in the mountain. What's difficult about this one is if your approach is incorrect, it goes directly into a mountain for the go around. So definitely make sure you have your approach on point, otherwise you might be ending up in some trees. 3882 looks like a rescue airstrip up in the Alps. Whenever I fly strips like this that have a upward slope, I will apply a lot of upward trim. That way when I'm coming in on approach, I have to push down on the stick so that it just gives me a little bit more control as far as what's going on with the aircraft, especially with a little less worry having to pitch the nose up towards the end right before a flare. 3856, same concept as the last one. Give that upward trim a good push and then flare hard on final so you can drop that speed and then keep your upward momentum. XX, you will have a short right-hand turn to final. It is a pretty quick and easy airstrip to come into. Not much of a hard flare, just make sure that your alignment is good whenever you are making that turn and your speeds are already locked in. Now 3829 might seem like your standard run-of-the-mill airstrip on an upward slope, but it is not, because you will need to come in at an offset approach and do a final left-hand turn on final right before touchdown to then also flare at the same time to make that uphill requirement. And lastly, to ease off the white knuckleness, we give LFHUs a visit with LFHU. Nicely paved runway, just like Courchevel, a little bit shorter than Courchevel, but yeah, it's a good little strip to come into for a final. And that is all for this World's Most Dangerous. Give me a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you think, any suggestions for further videos, whatever you have on your mind, I want to hear it. And I'll see you next time.